Hey guys, today I'm going to be making a rice and pecan loaf with onion sauce from the Boston Cooking School cookbook. The edition that I have is from 1942, so it happened like right during the war years. So what we first need is 1 cup of rice that's already been cooked. Got some on my towel here. The towel is clean, so I'll just, there we go. Alright. So that's about a cup. Next, we're going to add a cup of finely chopped pecan nuts. Now, what I did, not very World War II accurate, but I put mine in the blender on the pulse ice setting so that it would get done really quickly and easily. No hassle. Or you can just chop it with a knife or whatever. This is how finely I chopped mine. It might be even a little too fine, but whatever. Alright, and then we're going to have a cup of cracker crumbs. Let me get this out of the way. Now, it doesn't say what kind of crackers to use, so I'm going to use the ones that I got from Publix for free because I'm poor. I hope I have an entire cup's worth here. Also, the nice thing about the packets is that it's really easy to cleanly get them to that sort of crumbled up consistency. You don't have to worry about getting the crumbs everywhere unless you're like clumsy when you're pouring them out. But this is annoying. It's taking way too long, but whatever. Alright, I totally don't have enough saltines to make a cup, but guess what? I also have some club crackers. I don't think it matters if we combine 2 different kinds of crackers. It just says cracker crumbs. It doesn't say like specifically use only 1 kind of cracker, and this is the one type that you're gonna be able to use. I mean, alright, that's like, that's that much of a cup, like 2/3 maybe. So let's add some club crackers that I got for free at King Super, or not King Super's, Kroger. If I can get the bag open. Alright. Oh, see, this right here is what I was talking about with the, oh, if you're a dumbass and make a mess while you're pouring out the cracker crumbs. What else? These cracker crumbling sounds are pretty good for some ASMR, aren't they? Making good sounds right now. Ooh, I think I have just enough crackers to make a cup. Wow. It only took me, what, like 6? No, it took me 6 packets of these saltines and 4 of the clubs. So, fortunately, I didn't have to spend money on this, so whatever. Alright, there's our cup. I would have been like so upset if I found out when I looked back at the recipe that it wasn't supposed to be a cup, it was supposed to be like less than a cup. But you know what? That's why you look at all the ingredients and get all your ingredients together before you start to cook. Alright. Let's see here. 1 well-beaten egg. I've already beaten it. But now I'm beating the bowl. Alright. A cup of milk. And where's my 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Now I was astonished to realize that I don't have a half teaspoon in my set. I guess that goes to show how often I like measure spices and stuff. Because usually, like a good cook, I don't follow the recipe and I just season by instinct, by taste. And we're doing half a teaspoon of pepper. But, you know, measuring spoons are useful for some things, like baking. You want to be precise when you're baking, right? So that's one thing that I would use those teaspoon, half teaspoon, tablespoons, etc. for. Obviously at the restaurant, I do, oh, where did I put my spoon? Did I? Oh, it's still with the rice. Obviously at the restaurant, when I'm cooking for people, I follow the recipes and the exact measurements and stuff because it's for other people. But honestly, even there, sometimes I experiment, I dabble. You kind of have to be willing and able to do that. For that, trust your instincts and everything, you know. So I'm mixing it all together. I don't know what the consistency is supposed to look like. It looks kind of gross, but I've never made this. It's looking a little overly creamy, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the consistency is supposed to be. It doesn't say. Alright. And now here's an interesting tidbit. Obviously in the 1940s, they didn't have the Pam spray and whatnot, so recipes actually said, oh yeah, use real melted butter to butter your pans. I don't know if this is going to be the right size. I hope it's big enough. Coating the sides, the bottom. Yeah, a tablespoon of melted butter is way too much for a pan this size. Alright. Let's transfer it. Oh my gosh. I can see the butter, like, on the sides. Alright, so now I'm gonna make it loaf-shaped roughly. Smooth it down a little on top so that it looks a little better and won't be lumpy while it bakes. It'll bake evenly. And turn out attractive, hopefully, at least a little bit attractive in the end. Alright, and then this goes into the oven for 1 hour, a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven. I'll check back with you when it's done. Alright, so it has been an hour. I've taken the loaf out of the oven and it's cooling right now. The next step, I'm making the sauce. I'm melting the butter right now. 2 tablespoons of butter. What we're doing basically from what I saw in the recipe, it looks like it's a basic white sauce, just with onion. So once the butter's all melted, I'm gonna add 2 slices of onion. Now, I don't know, old-timey recipes that don't give like specific measurements weird me out, because I could have like cut a fucking onion in half and been like, oh, there's 1 slice, there's 1, right? It didn't say like how big the slices need to be or anything, so I just cut 2 slices off. So that's what I'm gonna add. And then I'm supposed to cook the onion in the butter for 3 minutes. So that's kind of the variation on the white sauce, is that I'm cooking the onion with the butter to infuse the butter with the onion flavor. But the other weird thing about this recipe is that it says to strain before serving. So I don't know if that means that I'm supposed to like leave the onion in until the very end, right before I serve it, or if I remove it after I've cooked it with the butter for 3 minutes. This could be fun. Alright, so the onion was cooked in the butter for 3 minutes, and I did end up deciding to take it out so that I can complete the roux. 2 tablespoons of flour, and if there's not enough onion flavor after all, I can add some onion juice later. Yes, that's a thing, I have it. And a lot of actually recipes from this era, from the World War II era, call for it, oddly enough. Yeah, see, this would have been a lot more difficult with 2 big slices of onion in here. Alright. So I've got our roux going, and we're going to add 1 cup of milk. And it said 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and I have the 1/4 teaspoon as you saw earlier, but as you recall, I said that I don't measure shit when it comes to seasoning. So yeah, waiting for it to get basically to the boiling point. I'll check back with you in a minute. Alright, so the bottom of my loaf stuck to the pan despite the buttering, so it doesn't look the best, but I'm sure it'll still taste alright. The sauce ended up really good though. Once I brought it to a boil, I let it cook for 2 minutes, and then I added a little bit of black pepper. There was plenty of onion flavor, I felt, so I didn't even add the onion juice. Yeah. So, let's see. I should be using like a spoon or something for this. Whatevs. Alright. Oops. Let's see how it tastes. A little bit of the sauce, and a little bit of the loaf, and Yeah. Yeah, it tastes fine. So, there you guys have it. And the cool thing also about this is that it's completely vegetarian. So, if you don't eat meat, awesome. Eat this instead. Yeah, I think that's about it for tonight. Have a good night. I'm gonna go eat this.